I greet my viewers with this liberal message from such a remarkable liberal politologist like me, Armenak Nouridjanian. I'm a human rights advocate and civil rights activist. I stand for liberal reform, for declaring amnesty to eligible non-criminal law-abiding alien workers, immigrant workers, illegal aliens who cannot get legalization by status without immigration amnesty. I stand for amnesty to ex-felons who might be eligible to receive benefits of buying and owning firearms after 5 years of law-abiding life experience. And I stand for raising minimum wage to $10 an hour to boost corporate profits and to increase level of life for working class people. I stand for same-sex marriage. Most important legislation that would give sexual minorities the right to exercise, enjoy same very civil state of marriage as heterosexuals do. I believe that American society which trying to violate the civil rights of sexual minorities and refuses to so far grant amnesty to illegal aliens over the racist attitudes is actually will actually suffer a major recession like it's suffering now, and because it's sending it's actually violates civil rights of sexual minorities. And I believe that sending U.S. troops to Afghanistan is a wrong idea, because it's imperialist aggression and illegal encroachment of Afghan territory on part of U.S. military. It's a violation of territorial integrity and national sovereignty in Afghanistan on part of American imperialists like General Pace and other top U.S. generals who practice human rights abuses and torture of Muslims and illegal searches and seizures of Muslim houses in Iraq, for instance. And I believe that Democratic President Barack Obama should withdraw U.S. troops from Afghanistan in order to have peace and prosperity in Afghanistan and to respect territorial integrity of Afghan Republic. I also believe that civil rights should be upheld in courts, and otherwise American Republic will suffer the indignity and actually mental ailments such as Alzheimer's disease, depression, if civil rights are being violated. Me myself wanted to share my personal experiences, sometimes maybe ill adventures, like I would put it, as I want to complain in public how I was persecuted as a progressive journalist on the internet by BigExaminer.com's with manager Jay Keller, who illegally canceled my Examiners.com web pages and removed me from Examiner.com writing list because I was a dissident and I was progressive liberal, and he wants to persecute liberals over my article about President Bush and late tragic and American pop star Michael Jackson. And actually, if I wrote the truth about things I've seen and heard in America, it doesn't mean that right-wing extremists should persecute me, like what Jay Keller would with right-wing extremists, manager with Examiner.com, who actually canceled my right even to write the Examiner.com because I'm a liberal journalist. I believe that this is the way Americans don't respect human rights. They respect their human right to write independently and freely. I believe that I was even lost. Also, I lost my checking account. Checking accounts with Chase Bank. The Chase Bank has spots blue swastika, by the way. And its manager called themselves Net Elephants. And I believe Net Elephants means Republican extremists, right-wing workers. Actually, I'm glad that they cancelled their service with me and cancelled my accounts with Chase Bank. But Chase Bank, where Raps was used to rip off my even my unemployment checks, and they're stealing about $30 of my unemployment check without any reason, justifiable reason. They were ripping off my bank account with excessive and wrongful charges and of overdrawn protection charges, which had never been, and was stealing money practically from my bank accounts. So I won't suffer the indignity of its crooked Chase employees with blue swastikas and Net Elephants, stealing my money from my checks. They stealing at least $30 of my last unemployment check, and I was suffering with the indignity of being robbed, by the Chase Bank. So I'm glad. Good riddance to bad rubbish, I say. So I didn't need their banking services with crooked neo-fascist blue swastika bank employees who were stealing and ripping off my bank account. Stealing at least $30 every time, every month, from my bank account without any justifiable reason. And I believe that actually we should fight for our civil rights. Also, actually, I wanted to say the American public that actually fight for civil rights is actually important and paramount for my personality, and I will keep fighting for human rights and civil rights in America, and I will keep addressing American public, trying to visit my website Nouridjanian in order to try my new home profile detection test. You can download right from that website. It's Nouridjanian psychologicaltesting.com, and actually you can go there anytime and download home profile detection test. It's important test that my measure to the extent to which a person, an individual, might have such mental disease like psychopathy or homopathy. And I believe that actually would I be able to still give extensive coverage of political events, in-depth analysis on YouTube.com, which really respects human rights and civil rights and freedom of speech, of freedom of press, which has been violated sometimes so brutally by right-wing extremists and neo-Nazis and nationalists, both in America and Russia. So you see, in America, with J. Calvert, neo-Nazi fag, who runs Examiner.com, he illegally canceled my right and privilege, for Examiner.com. Well, I didn't get nothing but promised $9 from my 26 articles from that bogus internet blog website, and I believe that my articles, a number of my articles, were removed from Examiner.com because they were liberal orientation articles. But we're not actually dumb nonsense that most some right-wing extremists write about. These people don't recognize law of the genre, and they are ignorant and incompetent sometimes about issues which should be overcome with maximum information overload. And I believe that most American journalists will learn issues, will conduct research, in-depth analysis of most issues, in order not to be as competent and informative as possible. It is a privilege of being an American journalist, even though it's sometimes professional, low paid, and not being paid at all. Most journalists are altruists. I believe I'm altruist. I don't get paid anything for posting those video blogs on YouTube or writing articles on Examiner.com. They don't pay me anything at all, except maybe some promised $9, 1 cent per one click. it's actually internet sometimes doesn't pay at all, and there is no way one can make money on the internet. So what I say that internet economy sometimes doesn't even work, for free artists.